Piers Morgan tries to get Kyle Rittenhouse.
Again?
It's a shame. It's a shame because I have such hopes for Piers Morgan, but he's a British guy, and he just doesn't understand gun rights. He just doesn't get it.
They don't have them over there.
Man. But yeah, we're gonna show you this interview where Kyle Rittenhouse pretty much says, "You suck, bro." You guys know Kyle Rittenhouse, right?
Yes.
We all know what happened, and the left still continues to lie. The lies are that he illegally bought a gun. Nope, did not illegally buy a gun. He illegally
killed a black person.
That's right. He illegally brought that gun across state lines, which is illegal. No, that was not illegal.
Fake news.
That's right. Fake news. Okay. Then, yeah, what was the other one that was trending? That everyone thinks that he killed
a black man
in Kenosha. Right.
Right.
No, that did not happen. Right. He killed a pedo who was coming after him, trying to kill him. Another guy with a gun about to shoot him, shoots him in the arm. Boom. Bye-bye, bicep.
I got a question. How can you be armed and disarmed at the same time?
Oh, we saw it. We saw it.
Yeah.
I do hear that there's a skateboard for sale, real cheap, though.
So he's now selling a book.
Only barely used.
That's right. The skateboard.
Yep.
And he goes,
Anthony Huber.
So he's now selling a book talking about what was going on in his brain and his mind during those times and then during the trial and then afterwards. And now he can't get hired. He can't go to school. No schools will take him. All right, because the left just spouted out this lie that this guy was a white supremacist, gun-toting illegal, trying to start problems when he was going to. Another lie was he doesn't even live there. Yes, he lives there when he's with his father because his father lives there.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. The parents
divorced.
Mother, right.
Yep.
The mother lives in Illinois,
Yep.
and then Wisconsin, which is the border's right there, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's not that far of a drive from Kenosha to just over Illinois.
Right. That's it. So, kid is filthy rich after the lawsuits he won from news and news networks. Justin, I don't know if those lawsuits have went through yet. I think you're talking about Nicholas Sandman, who was at the Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's who you're thinking about when it comes to the lawsuits.
Especially with the new kid that they're trying to nick Sandman out of.
Oh,
The Kansas City Chiefs kid.
Chiefs kid.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Which rumor going around is that kid's actually from a Native American tribe.
He is. His grandfather is.
So his grandfather is. Yeah.
His grandfather sits on the board of whatever tribe
the
it
Native.
is.
Yeah.
And it looks like if you watch the Kansas City game this week, you will see, I believe that the movement is going to be maybe 80% of the stadium face painted black and red.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
That's going to be
Yeah,
something.
they did say that they were going to.
That kid's going to make so much money.
Here, let's just look at this video because Piers Morgan is still kind of like, hey, what you did was wrong, even though he's been acquitted of everything. Watch how Piers Morgan, who I like, and I'm rooting for.
He's got an enigma. He's just like, right.
He's on the fence for me.
Yeah, he's like in the middle.
He's
he
like
don't know.
waking up, but here, let's take a look.
He's just slightly sleepy.
Yeah.
Charlotte, would you date him on the right?
No.
No.
Oh man.
Is it because he's white supremacist and he brought a gun illegally?
Could be a part of it, but he's also ugly.
Oh.
She just tells it like it is. Tells it like it is, Charlotte. I love it. Here, let's take a look at this.
Human
Sorry.
level. You're very young even now. What are you, 20 years old now?
Yes, sir.
And you've killed 2 human beings and wounded a third. I just wonder how that feels.
Exhilarating.
Do you see how he set that up?
Yeah.
I'm happy
Right?
because I protected myself.
Brought up nothing about self-defense. Yeah, objection. Brought up nothing about being acquitted
Yeah.
of murder or anything.
You killed
right.
2 people.
Right.
How do you feel?
Wind up in the pitch.
This is like, Piers, what are you doing, man? It's because he's British and they are so anti-gun over there.
Oh, they're
That's
very.
why they don't have no guns.
They should be anti-knives, the way the stabbings are going over there.
in
Right?
the UK.
All right, here, let's continue.
I don't think that's an appropriate question to ask how it feels. It's not an easy thing to do. It's something I live with every single day. It's nightmares I
It feels like
have.
recoil.
It's something that I have to deal with. I have to deal with the PTSD and the trauma from having to do that.
Right. I mean, but it seems to me your emotions are more about you and your trauma because your life was being threatened and that side of it, rather than the question I'm asking, which is simply on a human level, how do you feel about being so young and yet having on the record for the rest of your life now that you took the lives of 2 people,
There was no record.
regardless of the circumstances?
There's
How's
no
that a record?
There's no record.
When you're acquitted, you're acquitted. It's not
Yeah.
on your record at all. Again, this goes back to what you were saying, Joe. He's from the UK.
Right.
They have a different way of law over there, so
Yeah.
he doesn't understand that.
Man, and Germany, your guys' gun rights over there are not like ours here, correct?
No, they're really strict.
Strict. Okay.
They're
Right.
very strict. Yes.
Do you want to buy tickets to the gun show?
To a gun show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of boring. Like, I think so. My dad, he has a gun license. He's a hunter. My mom is a hunter. But before he used to hunt, he also used to go to the shooting thing, and it's like he did like sports shooting.
Okay.
Oh, like skeet shooting, like the clay pigeons.
That's something they have to do in order to get your hunting license. But before that, it was like a sport. You go to the thing, and you have your.
It's like what Keanu Reeves did.
And they go
Oh,
back. And then
yeah.
That's sports
Oh.
shooting.
Gotcha.
points and
Gotcha.
stuff.
Right.
Okay.
So he used to do that.
It's a training course, right?
Gotcha.
Yes,
And they go
sir.
through it, right?
Yeah. So I went there with him a couple of times, and he let me do it. So,
Do you like guns?
You want to go to the? We'll take you to the shooting range.
well, I don't suck because I also did biathlon, which is skiing and shooting at the same
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
That's an athlete right there.
But I mean, to be honest, we're men, so.
So,
All right, so the UK needs licenses for TV. Okay, here let's see what else how this goes.
And like I just said, it's
Having on
Who is
the
she?
record for the rest
Annette,
of your life
she's
now
the
that
intern.
you took the lives of 2
Oh, Annette, this is
Charlotte.
the Charlotte from Germany. She's the exchange student. Well, now the exchange intern. Right, intern Shane is now in Germany eating all the chocolates.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Das ist gut.
Das ist gut.
people,
Yeah.
regardless of the circumstances.
and like I just said, it's something I deal with every day. I deal with the PTSD and the trauma and the nightmares. It's not easy to deal with it.
Your book, presumably you're going to make money from this book. Do you feel comfortable making money from this, which ultimately is a tragic story?
Oh my God.
It is a very tragic story. You should never have had to have shot them.
Do you
They
feel?
should never have approached
Him and
to
try
have
to
that
attack
issue.
him. Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable making money? Oh my God.
I feel very comfortable. How about you, you slime sucking?
Wow,
Yeah, you Brit.
You know, man, I was really looking forward to really enjoying Piers because he has had some great conversations about other hot topics in the culture war. But this,
Repeat, you were acquitted. There's no reason you can't do a book. But do you feel comfortable making a lot of money out of essentially what in the end was an incident that cost the lives of other humans?
Justin, yeah, he should.
I feel great.
You
Calling out.
Yeah.
that would be a great response.
the thing is, me personally, I can kind of understand where he's coming from.
Go on.
Just because having a European, outgrowing, like being raised in Europe, you have a different
Uh-huh.
way of thinking about certain kind of topics.
Yep.
And a big thing that a lot of Europeans are concerned about, according to the Second Amendment, is that they believe that if that person who attacked him would have not be able to get a gun, he would have not had to use the gun he had.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing they're doing with like school shootings and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, if the gun laws wouldn't be as loose as they are here, it would have not be as easy to get that and like proceed in what they were doing. On the other hand, of course, you can argue that always, if you want to do something like that, you will always get a weapon to do so.
Yeah. I just noticed that, if a bad guy wants to do something bad, okay, like say go to a concert, and you're not allowed to bring your gun into that concert or whatever. Well, that bad guy who wants to do something bad,
We'll still do it, and
Right.
I agree with that.
right?
What I'm saying is just that it shouldn't be as easy to just get a weapon, and I agree with that personally.
Well, the rules here, it's not like that. That's that's kind of a misinterpreted of the law. Like I just recently bought another weapon.
Oh, good.
Alright.
I just bought one myself.
The my automatic shotgun.
See, that would be illegal in Germany.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Like,
So-
even
so,
with
but-
the license and even police officers, that would be illegal.
So for me, when I purchased this, I have to go through the background check, okay? And it goes through the FBI and everything. And so, about a day later, okay, they said, yeah, well, here you go. Good for you. Now, it's going to be shipped to a certain place that is licensed to handle that weapon and distribute that weapon. So, I mean, I hear you. You got places where people that say, well, you go to the gun show, you just buy a gun there. There is an entire process that is set up. Now, the bad guys, they don't care about that
So
process.
here, I've got a statistic for you from Statista.
Statista.
Statista.com.
Yeah.
Number of mass shootings in the United States between 1982 and October of 2023
Yeah.
by the legality of shooters' weapons,
FFL
only
dealer. Thank you, John.
16 weapons were used that were legal.
Right. The rest were
Out of all
And
of
as
the
I
mass
said,
shooting,
as
only
I said, I
16.
agree with you that if someone wants to do something bad, they'll do it regardless.
right.
It's just that a lot of European people do not understand
Yes.
why you need a weapon in your daily life. What for?
Well,
Right.
the people in
And that's the mentality of here. Now with Piers, the Brit, but he's not even saying, you know what, the other guys that tried to shoot you.
I see where you're coming
Yeah.
from. I just wanted to.
No, I like
say
it.
that.
I like your input sometimes. All right, here back to the interview.
Well, I'm not
Oh yeah, Annette. By the way, she wants to be a psychotherapist. So yes, right.
writing the book to make money. I'm writing the book to tell the story of what happened. I'm trying to change the narrative that media keeps putting out there that I'm some type of white supremacist, racist person when that's just not true. I'm a 20-year-old kid who was put in a situation to where I was forced to defend myself, and I'm writing to put that into a book. I wrote a story and put that in a book so I can share that with everybody so they can understand what I went through, how my childhood was growing up, and the difficulties I deal with today. And you can check out the book at rittenhousebook.org if you want to read it and learn the truth for yourself.
How do you feel?
Boom. One of us. You're one of us, Michael. Sorry.
Here, let me see what
Good
he
movie,
says.
though.
You're
Where I was forced to defend myself, how my childhood was growing.
feel that you
Yeah,
became.
let's see what he has next.
.org if you want to read it and learn the truth for yourself.
Yeah, Annette, I agree.
How do you feel that you became a hero to many on the far right? Kind of made you their poster boy.
Huh?
See, what does it mean far right? Why don't they? What do you mean far right? Those who just want their Second Amendment rights. Why are you labeled far right? And again, I get it. It's because where he comes from. So
Jolly old England.
it's those damn Europeans. And they all smell
Hey.
good. They all smell good.
You complimented me on my perfume twice.
I did. Well, I also said it was too much.
That was just one time, though.
I heard that one.
Okay, well now it's twice. So we're even.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I think we
I'm out
found
of
someone
control.
that
I
can match you
apologize
now,
for that.
Joe. I love it.
No, I got the mute button over here.
Oh.
Well, Pierce, I'm not a hero. I did what I had to do to defend myself. There are countless Americans every day that defend themselves.
That's a great
And
response.
it's not a heroic thing to do. It doesn't make you a villain, but it doesn't make you a hero. It's doing the right thing to stay alive. If I didn't defend myself, I wouldn't be here talking today.
Oh, that would have killed him.
Racist.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm joking.
That is the greatest answer ever.
Right? This kid nailed it. Perfect.
Perfect.
You were 17 at the time. You were too young to legally acquire the gun that you used.
No.
Well,
So
That's enough. That's enough.
Pierce is semi-right. He was underage to legally
Here,
acquire.
here,
He
listen.
did not
16-year-olds in
acquire it.
America, in Wisconsin,
check this out.
want to handle their own gun culture the way they want to handle it.
That's Wisconsin law, and the judge.
Yeah.
If I didn't defend myself, I wouldn't be here talking today.
You were 17 at the time. You were too young to legally acquire the gun that you used.
That's not true.
It's not true?
That is not true. Wisconsin statute says a person between the ages of 16 and 17 can carry a long rifle with a barrel longer than 16 inches. That's Wisconsin law, and the judge dismissed that charge.
Okay, so you were. Let me ask you. Look,
You legally can't buy it, but you're not illegal to carry.
Carry it.
Right.
Because you know why it's funny because of that is because all the hunting stuff going on there.
Absolutely.
So the gun itself can be a certain length because of the hunting laws up there.
Right.
Right.
It has to be longer than 16 inches.
Yep.
Justin Nichols. Well, Pierce, I'm not taking the bait, but here's an answer that shows I'm smarter than you. I'll tell you, he is just blinded on this topic because of, I believe like what's your name again? The Charlotte. So what the Charlotte was talking about earlier, this is just their culture that they're raised in.
I'm in the country right now, and I talked about
As if it, like us, with our culture that we're raised in, hey, Second Amendment, baby.
Well, you know what, though? To an extent, I would understand that. But when you're a media mogul like Piers
Absolutely.
Morgan, I don't give a shit that it's your culture.
Right.
You're not in that country right now.
no.
You have to understand the American culture and live it as the American
Yeah,
culture.
and you've been here long enough to kind of understand
Yeah,
it
I
now.
wonder, does his work visa
Well,
expire?
I mean, he can be a critic. That's his job of being in the media. You don't just swallow everything you're given, but at least try to understand.
Right. You can be a critic to the American standard.
Well, here's what I think is going on here with
Now,
Pierce.
if he was in the UK and having the
he is doing this in the UK.
on an American channel.
Yes, but here's the thing. I think he's pretending to appease the left.
He might.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this is kind of there's acting going on here, where he's playing a role, where he's
As
like,
much I do here playing the devil's advocate.
yes, right. But I think he does believe
about this
also.
many times, both here and in America, and I've
Guns, bacon, and
learned
freedom.
Americans want to handle their own gun culture the way they want to handle it. I respect that. But let me ask you, do you think it's right that 17-year-olds in America, in Wisconsin, should be able to carry around semi-automatic rifles like an AR-15?
Semi-automatic.
It wasn't even a
rifle.
semi-automatic.
It wasn't even
That's the funny thing.
Semi-automatic. That's their trigger words. Okay. Yeah, I know, Tim. But there's some interviews where I watch Piers Morgan and I go, "Wow, man, you really are trying to protect women's sports." You know?
He's a moderate lib.
Yeah.
I keep pressing the wrong one. All right, here, let's finish this up and then we'll move forward.
Americans to possess these arms, to carry these arms.
They're part of a well-regulated militia.
They also didn't put an age in it, and we have the right to bear arms. It's our right as Americans to possess these arms, to carry these firearms, and to use them
Yeah, I
to
know,
protect
Tim.
ourselves.
How do people treat you, Carl, when you walk around now?
He should answer just like how I get treated while I'm being interviewed
Yeah.
by you, sir. But we'll see.
Well, there is some harassment. I'm constantly having photos taken of me. I'm constantly receiving death threats on social media.
Charlotte, he's famous.
So,
Dang.
He's still ugly, Joe.
well,
Is he getting better looking though as the
No.
interview goes? Oh, okay.
I mean, men have done a lot of things for me, but
Ooh.
yes, I'm not lying.
Like what?
And how much did you pay them?
So I didn't pay anything. I was brought onto a private yacht, and I got picked up in a $170,000 car.
Yo,
Whoa.
And this was in Germany.
Yes.
please be
A
careful,
Lambo?
okay? Please be careful.
Was-
You got some.
Was it a Ponzi?
You got some weirdos out there.
No.
Okay.
So
Please
you're-
be careful.
You're attracted to money.
No, I'm not. See, he's not my boyfriend.
But you still got in the car with the man.
So
It's like that gold digger
No,
videos
no,
that
no,
they
no.
play, where it's
No,
like,
like,
oh, you
I
don't want to talk to
knew
me?
him
Here's my
before.
fancy car.
no,
Okay,
I
so
knew
you-
him before,
He had
and
the
that was
yacht.
our third date. He picked me up with that in the first date.
How
But
old was he?
What do you think?
He had a yacht.
32.
It wasn't his yacht.
40.
No, he wasn't 40. He was 28.
Oh.
And you were
21.
okay.
Well, no, wait. The math doesn't add
Add
up.
up.
You just turned 21.
Oh, I was 20 then. Okay, but now I'm 21.
Okay. Listen, we're not here to get you. Okay. Don't
I'm
worry.
just saying.
Just be careful. out
I'm not
there.
attracted to money
Okay.
because I know what it looks like.
Yes. And you're not attracted to Kyle Rittenhouse.
It's
Third
just
date, but
something
wasn't
that
your
can
boyfriend?
protect you.
Life
When does
now.
that happen?
Having pictures taken of me everywhere I go, and the constant harassment and death threats.
obviously by doing a book and promoting it in the way that you are on national television around the world, you're going to make yourself even more famous, infamous, whatever you want to call it. Is that something you're aware of, that you're deliberately, consciously doing that?
I think at his face right there when you paused it, he's like, I am so over this interview right now.
Can we move on, right?
Yeah.
I'm aware that it's going to bring some more notoriety to my name and make me more known, but I think it's worth
Yeah, Christina Mobley, I hear you.
that
Or
risk.
how is this relevant? Do you mean to the headline? We already covered the Mulvaney stuff, if that's what you're referencing. Yeah, we're on the next topic, my friend. Mobley's good people.
Share my story and share what happened, just in the hopes that maybe somebody else who goes through a similar situation or faces other trials in their life, they can read it and they can understand that they're not alone and that this happens to other people with the misjustice that does happen in America.
Yep. There you go. Well, what do you think? How did it go down? Piers Morgan tried to get Kyle Rittenhouse. I think the kid handled himself pretty good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He is very well spoken and media versed.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Charlotte, he speaks well.
So he probably had a prep talk with his lawyer before he did that.
Okay, maybe.
Probably.
And
yes.
his lawyer's very expensive yacht.
And $170,000 car.
Mikey, you got last word on this. What do you say?
He did a good job.
Yep.
Finish him.
Finish him. Right.
Fatality.
You stupid.
Justin Nichols. Pierce, I'm aware by your questions that you have an extremely liberal agenda, but here's a well thought out answer that once again shows you a 20-year-old is smarter than you. In this situation, I think
he's right.
Rittenhouse comes out on top.
Kyle Rittenhouse for House of Raps. I agree.
Yeah, I think this guy
Him and Matt Gaetz can hang out all the time.
I think this guy.
I'm not a big fan of Getz.
I love Matt
Oh.
Gaetz. I love him. He's great. He's the only one that holds people accountable.
It's
Right.
true.
Hey, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and boom!